So it is officially very cold outside. The off season is here. The season of suffering, really. But we ain't quitting, because today we're taking a look at a disc that I've been very curious about for a while now. One of the straightest flying discs in MVP's lineup. And no, it's not the Hex, even though the Hex is great. We love it, we know it. Today we're taking a look at the Hex's cousin that no one in the family remembers, and that is the Streamline Echo. With the numbers 5, 5, negative 1.5 turn, 1 fade, will this under the radar mid-range compete with the king atop the mountain, the pompous Hex, looking down on all these other peasant mid-ranges? But today, it could be a rags to riches story, because we are pitting the Streamline Echo against the Hex, winner take all. Hopefully I don't get frostbite. Let's jump into this thing. And we are starting everything off on a 351-foot par 3 tunnel shot off the tee. Basket is off to the left. So we want to start these on a little bit of hyzer, have it maybe pop up to flat and then fade out at the end. I like going mid-range on this shot because it really limits our lateral movement, especially when you got a tight gap like this. So we'll start with the Streamline Neutron Echo. Ooh, and I love it. That little bit of hyzer, just rode the hyzer the whole way. We hit the tree, a little bit of a bummer, but perfect shape. You love to see it. Now we have the Neutron Hex. This one's been in my bag for about 1.5 years now. Got 2 aces on it. It's a workhorse for me. Absolutely love it. Put that one out a little bit higher, but again, love the shape. Started on hyzer and really just held that line the whole time. And these two landed literally right next to each other. We got Echo here, Hex a little bit to the left. So that is a tie if I have ever seen one. Now gyro discs, like the Hex, take forever to beat in, which can be both a great thing and a bad thing. It's good because if you like how your disc flies right out of the box, then your disc is going to be maintaining that flight for a lot longer than typical. On the other hand, if you want your disc to beat in and maybe get a little bit more understable compared to how it started, hard to get that with a lot of MVP gyro discs. Now the Echo is marketed as being a little bit more understable than the Hex out of the box. So this could fulfill a pretty nice role where if you want that Hex style flight, but you want something a little bit more understable, this might be the ticket. This is a 268-foot par 3. We got a hyzer around this tree on the left side of the fairway. Again, we'll start with the Echo. A little bit of a headwind, so it might fly a little bit more understable than it really is. We'll see. Put that on a lot of hyzer, high in the air, but that's gonna be really nice actually. That is gonna be probably parked. We needed to get around that tree on the left side, and I think we just barely made it around there. Let's go, Hex. There's a headwind. Here it comes. Very similar flight to the Echo. Very, very similar. And look at these two. I put them both out on quite a bit of hyzer to adjust for the fact that we had that headwind, which worked out perfectly because we are essentially under the basket with both of them. That is kind of shocking actually. Which brings us to a 313-foot par 3 uphill corridor. Let's pipe these up the middle, see how they turn out. Starting with Neutron Echo. Oh, I love it. See that flip up? A little bit of hyzer to flip up to come back at the end. That is exactly what I want out of that disc. Absolutely love that flight. Now let's go, Hex. That one, let's flip up. That one holds the line a lot more than what we saw out of that Echo shot. So we got the Echo right here. The Hex got up a little bit further. Neither one's really in a good spot for the birdie, as the basket's kind of tucked off to the right here, but this at least gives us a little bit of a shot. You really need a, oh, and we make it. But I am still suffering. That putt, it warmed my soul. It did not warm my body. And my body is not ready for winter. If you also hate winter with every fiber of your being, then smash that like button. 357-foot par 3. This goes downhill, bends off to the right quite a bit. So we're gonna start these both on hyzer. You don't want too much turn because there is out of bounds to the right. So you're actually really walking a tightrope on this hole. Ooh, and I love it. Holding the angle beautifully. Got enough height under it where we got the distance. Unless we hit something That should be pretty freaking good. Now let's go Neutron Hex. Put that one out lower. Very similar line. I did not put enough height under it to really see that fade at the end. And we definitely must have hit this cluster of trees with the Echo because this thing was going places. This had a lot of air under it, a lot of glide, but we came up quite a bit short. Now, when it comes to hand feel, the Hex and the Echo actually have quite a bit in common. They both have this very slight concave rim as well as a pretty flat top, but the Hex is really known for its very slim hand feel. The Echo is almost like if you take the Hex and you just make it a little bit taller. It has this elevated shoulder that's more rounded, so it just has this taller hand feel when you compare it to the Hex. Otherwise, they actually have a very similar hand feel, but if you like slim, you might like Hex better. If the Hex is too slim for you, Echo might be your ticket. 306 foot par 3. This is a dicey tunnel that we got to make it through. Slightly uphill, and you got to hit this gap on the right side of the fairway and then push past the path another like 70 feet probably. It's gonna be really hard to make it inside circle 1 with a mid-range, but we're gonna give it a go anyways, starting with the Echo. Ooh, I like it. That understability helping us stay in the air, made it across the path. That gives us a really easy upshot for par, if not a long circle 2 putt. Now let's go Neutron Hex. You can see it just holds the line. It started on a little bit of Hyzer. I think it got through. Actually, that worked out. I thought that was gonna hit that clump of trees, but I'm noticing that consistently that Hex is not flipping up to the same extent that the Echo is. And they end up both being across the path. They're actually only about 6 feet from one another. So once again, we see those very similar flights. Gives us a very easy upshot for the par. The sweet embrace of darkness is slowly closing in around us, so we're gonna take this to the field, starting with the Echo. Pretty consistent tailwind, probably like a 7-8 mile an hour tailwind. Tailwind makes this behave a little bit more overstable than normal, so keep that in mind. That is a very cold tailwind. A little bit of Hyzer, flips up to flat, rides the flat, and then it comes back at the end. Put that up pretty low, need a little bit more height to really maximize our distance, but that is not bad. Now let's go Hex. Much less flip up. You can see that just held the angle. Again, I put that out low. Let's go a little bit flatter with both of them so we can really compare the turn. Starting with the Echo. Yeah, turning just gradually to the right throughout the flight. Really nice, I like that a lot. Now let's go Hex. You can see much less turn. Well, not a lot less, just a little bit less. Comes back a little bit more at the end. Yeah, they're great. Great discs. So in conclusion, Hex and Echo, they're a nice little duo. I like them both a lot. I'd say they are perfectly advertised, where the Echo is really just a little bit more understable than the Hex. Even my Hex that's been beat in for the past 1.5 years. So if you're someone who loves that Hex flight, but you want a little bit more turn, the Echo's a great option. But yeah, it's dark, it's cold, it's windy. I'm ready to call it a night. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you make my suffering worth it. Go like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at Flying Fajita Disc Golf or UDisc Community at Flying Fajita. And as always, guys, I love you. Take care. I'll see you next time.